The Thompson family was in a state of uproar. Their precious heirloom, a golden locket passed down for generations, was missing.
It's been in our family for years. It's irreplaceable.
Mr. Thompson, a portly man with a bald head, paced nervously. Mrs. Thompson dabbed her eyes with a handkerchief.
Maybe it's just misplaced, Dad.
Their daughter, Lily, a teenager with bright pink hair, rolled her eyes, scrolling through her phone. The Thompsons searched high and low, but the locket was gone. Just when they were about to lose all hope, Detective Sam arrived, a twinkle in his eye. Detective Sam was a legend in Maplewood. Known for his sharp mind and quirky methods, he listened intently as Mr. Thompson recounted the events of the day.
Don't worry, Mr. Thompson, we'll find your locket.
Sam surveyed the living room. Nothing seemed out of place. He then decided to interview each family member separately, hoping to uncover any clues they might have missed. His first interview was with Mr. Thompson.
Did you notice anything unusual?
Nothing at all, Detective.
Next was Lily, who seemed more interested in her phone.
Did you see anyone suspicious around the house?
Nope.
She mumbled, not looking up. Sam's final interview was with Uncle Joe, Mr. Thompson's eccentric brother, who lived in the guest house. Uncle Joe was known for his love of detective novels and his tendency to exaggerate.
Joe, you were here yesterday, weren't you?
Sam asked gently. Uncle Joe, with a twinkle in his eye, leaned closer.
Indeed, Detective. And I saw something quite peculiar.
Sam's ears perked up.
Tell me everything, Joe.
He urged. Uncle Joe, with a dramatic flourish, explained how he had seen a shadowy figure lurking around the house that afternoon. Sam listened patiently, taking mental notes. While he suspected Uncle Joe was letting his imagination run wild, he knew he couldn't dismiss any lead. The mystery of the missing locket was proving to be quite intriguing.
As Sam continued his investigation, he noticed something interesting. The living room had a large window that overlooked the garden, and it was slightly ajar. He tested the window and found it wasn't locked. Could the thief have entered and escaped through this window? He examined the windowsill closely and found a small, muddy footprint. It was too small to belong to an adult, but it could have been made by a child or a small animal. Sam's mind raced. Could Lily's teenage friends be involved? Or was there another, more unexpected explanation? He decided to investigate the garden, hoping to find more clues. Sam spent the next hour combing through the garden, his eyes scanning every inch of the well-maintained flower beds and the neatly trimmed hedges. Just when he was about to give up hope, he spotted something glistening under a rose bush. It was the locket. Sam carefully retrieved the locket and examined it. It was slightly scratched and covered in dirt, but otherwise unharmed. Relieved, he knew he had to get to the bottom of this strange case. The culprit was closer than he thought. Sam returned to the living room, where the Thompsons were anxiously waiting. He held up the locket, a triumphant grin spreading across his face. "I found it," he announced.
The family erupted in relief, but their joy was soon replaced by confusion.
But where was it? And who took it? Mr. Thompson asked, bewildered.
Sam chuckled softly. "The culprit, my dear Mr. Thompson, is a lot furrier and less cunning than we initially thought." He pointed towards a sheepish-looking Lily, who was holding a small brown creature in her arms. It was her pet squirrel, Nutmeg.
Lily explained that Nutmeg had a knack for grabbing shiny objects and had apparently snatched the locket while the family was busy. Nutmeg must have then scurried out the window and hidden his treasure in the garden. The Thompsons were amused and relieved. The missing heirloom was found, and the mystery was solved thanks to Detective Sam's sharp observation and a mischievous squirrel named Nutmeg. As Sam left the Thompson house, he couldn't help but chuckle. Some days, he said to himself, being a detective is simply about following the trail of curious critters.